Come with me to play my favorite gambling game called Will I Walk Like 4 Miles to find out that the dumpsters are empty, or let's go. So I already hit one dumpster. I'm on my way back. I'm going to take a photo of it, but I'm just about to hit the second one, and there were people by what my first stop was going to be, so I'm hoping on my way back that those people will not be there. So, editor moron note here, we did actually end up swinging back around the Domino's trash cans after this whole pink dumpster endeavor concluded, and funny enough, there was a guy out back there smoking, and it was kind of awesome. And if he watches this, bro, I owe you a big sloppy wet kiss. Just kidding. Anyways, he was like, hold my cigarette, and I was like, okay. And he ran in, and he came back out with 2 pizza boxes and some breadsticks, and was like, oh, this is just what we had sitting on the counter, I don't even know what it is. And I'm like, dude, I love you, because ain't no way I want to go home after digging around in a dumpster for like 2 hours. Because I shit you not, I was literally there for like 2 hours digging around in trash. And I did not feel like going home and cooking at all. So, yeah, you're basically the GOAT. Because, I'm not that brave. Hello. So, unfortunately, that dumpster was actually, like, completely empty, and I'm not really sure what was up with that. I have a few more dumpsters that I want to hit, but I have to go back to this. I don't care if people see me. I'm not sure if this business is closing or just renovating, but you're gonna see here in a second. This is the kind of dumpster that no matter what, I just can't pass up. Now, granted, I don't think I've ever seen like a pink
Gangios
one before like this. Very cute, but this big like sitting dumpster that is the kind that trucks are supposed to pick up. I will always dig through these, sorry, but like genuinely, what is going on here? There's so much random stuff in here. Like, it's definitely like a restaurant, but like that looks like a full container of juice in there.
Awesome.
And then there's somebody's diarrhea bucket, so that's cool.
Awesome.
So the dumpster was completely full. So we're gonna oops. So got a few things. Hey, so editor moron poking my head back in to elaborate. I do most of my dumpster diving on foot, but I really didn't want to walk away from this one. There was some really decent stuff in there, depending on what your definition of decent is. My standards are pretty low, so I actually called for backup. I had my partner come swing by with the car so that I could just load it all up, because I didn't really want to leave anything behind, to be honest with you. I knew that I could utilize everything I saw, and I was super stoked. I know this picture is kind of hard to tell, and I'll go into it a bit more in a second here, you'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to say that sometimes it's okay to call for backup. So right now I'm kind of just like moving everything to my kitchen. You can see that I've got like a bunch of crap like left. Some of it spilled. It was leaking, so that's okay. And then I grabbed this sign, which I thought was a little bit funny. It's got some writing on it, but I'm pretty sure I can get the writing off with Sharpie. But I just like that it says "Drink marvelously." I don't remember like what brand that is. It's got to be like a beer or something. Like I don't know. It's probably like Coors or some shit. But you can see I've got a bunch of crap here. I have to clean it. No, those are not maggots. That's spilled rice. Like it's just spilled on it. Okay, but I'm probably the most excited about the onions. Ironically enough, I put newspaper down because I don't want this just sitting on my counter. And it's not clean. And there's even, I don't know, ooh, sticky. I don't know what these are. They have a reproductive harm warning on them, and they're like triple sealed, and I need to figure out what they are. So I'm really hoping I didn't just like bring explosives into my house. It's something liquid.
Editor Moron here to tell you that it is paint. So, yeah, reproductive harm. Don't eat paint. Or do. I don't care.
And this thing right here is probably what I'm most excited about. This is actually a magnetic knife block. So you can mount this to your wall and you hang your knives up on it, which I think is super neat. It's brand new in packaging. It sucks that they threw it away, but it doesn't suck that I found it. So that's cool. Mugs. I did find a few mugs. And again, this stuff is dirty. Like I'm aware, but I'm going to clean it, such as the way of dumpster diving. This actually is a pan lid, and I'm fairly certain it will fit. I'm not sure how to pronounce the brand. Calphalon? I'm not really sure. But I think it will fit one that I have that, funny enough, does not have a lid. This is powdered sugar. I'm aware it's open, but I really don't care. To each their own. I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty sure I can use it. Like, this is a sealed can of tomato juice. There's some honey. This is a sealed thing of Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how to say it. Milk. I mean, like, apple cider. Like, you really can't, like, it's a lot of stuff. And you really, I don't know. Like, will I use all of it? I will make it my goal to do so. So, and I mean, some of this is just, like, stuff, like home goods. Like this little candle holder. Again, it's a little dirty right now, but I think it's really cute. And once I clean it, I think it'll be obviously even cuter. This I thought was really interesting. I wasn't really expecting to find any of these, but I mean, it's just like a Coors glass. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those big ones you get at the bar. So I just thought it was neat. I mean, I'm not really like this is obviously like, beer from the tap. So I don't really know 100%, but I just like it. It's neat. There's like some apple juice concentrate right there. So we're going to see. I'm going to get everything cleaned up. And then I'll talk a bit more about some of the other stuff I found as well.
And better quality Mike Moron back here to explain what all I ended up dragging into my house. As you can see, I washed everything like I always do. That is a gallon of fresh apple cider. It is amazing. I love Musselman's, so I was super stoked to even see that in there. And that is shelf stable, so I popped it in the fridge, cooled it down, and we had apple cider by the end of the night. Those are beef bouillon cubes there in the front, and you might be like, ew, those are open. Well, guess what? Those are the individually sealed bouillon cubes. So everything inside of that container was perfectly good. And again, that was the malt vinegar back there. There's some Cholula hot sauce. Then I've got a can of evaporated milk. There is some tomato juice. And then I don't really know too much about this, but it's Cisco, which is, just like a restaurant brand. And that is thickened apple juice from concentrate. So again, that was sealed. I washed all of it and popped it in the fridge. And then that packet is like an oven cleaner wipe. It's sealed. I just grabbed it because I was like, oh, I mean, hell, I gotta clean my oven. I mean, how often have you cleaned your oven? Probably more often than me is the answer. So, and again, you might be like a little uncomfortable with the fact that clearly some of these items are open. And to that, I say that I am willing to take the gamble only because these items were just placed out here and I can see nothing wrong with them. Some for me, not for thee. So I did get this restaurant syrup It's awesome. It's like buttery. It's really good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not expired. And that's just what they use to refill their individual like syrup dispensers at the tables. And then I was super stoked about this soy sauce. We go through a ton of soy sauce. I actually have been out and I keep forgetting to buy more. So this was kind of a gift from the gods. And then in the containers, it's kind of odd, but I packaged it up just because the outside of the packaging that it was originally in was kind of dirty. And because it was restaurant packaging, it's huge. So it doesn't really fit in my cabinet. So I went ahead and I took the pasta and I put it into these containers. And it's just like standard macaroni pasta. Nothing special about it, but I mean, this is probably almost 6 pounds of pasta. And I don't know, that's a lot of pasta, so I guess if you see this, drop some pasta recipes maybe, and I'll have to give them a try. And then to the left of that is actually some sour green apple Monin syrup. Now, Monin is a popular like coffee shop brand, and I'm assuming they had maybe like a green apple drink or something. And I definitely know I can use this for either making like mixed drinks, or I actually own a SodaStream, and so this syrup is compatible with that, so I know that's going to be pretty kick-ass. And then behind the Monin green apple syrup is tubs of flour. Now, what's funny about this is I actually own one of those big buckets that you use for like drywall or whatever. I put 2 layers of bags in it, and then I had this industrial bag of restaurant flour. So I just carefully transferred the flour to this bucket so that I could basically seal it right, and keep it clean and dry for the future. And then what was left of it, I ended up putting into, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's actually a pitcher. And then on top of that is a container. And then I actually also filled up my small kitchen flour container. So overall, I had like 20 pounds of flour, but I totally know I can use it. I have a bread maker. I'm super excited. I love baking. And then to the left of that on the very end is rice. Now, I have yet to be able to store all of this, but I didn't want to leave it sitting in this like restaurant grade bag just sitting on my floor. So I transferred some of it to this like cereal container, but I actually have to figure out where to put the rest of the rice, because again, I'm really not comfortable just having like a giant bag of rice sitting out, but I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. I do know we can use every last bit of this, and I feel super lucky to have stumbled upon this because it will keep us fed for months.
Come check dumpsters with me, part 2. I love diving at night. There's like way less people, obviously. And like, yeah, it's like, oh, it could be scary, but I don't know. It's really nice. You can even see a star. That's probably a plane, actually, but we'll pretend it's a star. I hope I find... I don't know. I'm manifesting donuts because I want some donuts right now. So that's why I'm going back out. I hope there's some donuts. I think my favorite thing will always be like empty roads, no cars, just as it should be. I love, I don't know, like, I guess the city when it's quiet, not to get all goofy, but you know, it's just another perk of going out at this time, I think. So I found a few donuts, but honestly, I'm pretty sure somebody got there before I did. Like, the bags were ripped open, and it was kind of a mess, honestly. I'm a little sad, but I found a box of donuts, and I found some sandwiches and stuff. So, basically, win.